Hey there everyone, welcome back to a new video. So with this view right here, does this look familiar to you? To some of you it may, but it looks completely different from last time I was here. And as I pan over, this site may look even more familiar. This is the 1911 culvert that goes under the abandoned CNJ rail yard. And joining me today is Alan from Revenge of the Apocalypse, and he was here with me last time when we explored this culvert. Went through the left side, which is the dry side, and on the far side of it, there's not only another culvert, but there's also a pretty deep hole that this water is flowing to. And in this video, we're not only going to explore that second culvert, but I'm going to get in the water and investigate the waters and see if there's anything down there that is worth sharing, worth showing. At the very least, it's going to make for a pretty neat underwater adventure. So to see what we find and to see what the other culvert's like, you know what to do. Just come along with us. So before we head in, there's something pretty neat I want to share with you. So last time I was here, the water was actually flowing pretty good. It was up covering this area here, and it was flowing through here at a pretty fast rate. Now that the water level has dropped because we haven't had rain in a few days, you can see actually how eroded this particular passage is. It's all undercut there. That would have been solid concrete, and it just ate it away and made its own little path going through. So kind of amazing to see, you know, the power of water. It never ceases to amaze me. And the water's looking pretty clear, so that's a good sign. So I happened to look up and saw how badly this is eroded. It's right up to the dirt. That is exposed earth up there. The rebar is exposed, but we got some creepy crawlies here, known as cave crickets. These are some big bastards. They are huge. So this is their little lair here. Yeah, I've come across them plenty of times. They're harmless, but they're just creepy and big.
Oh, there's a fish. There's two fish. There's fish.
Is there?
Yeah. Look, there they are.
Oh my God, they're big ones too. Holy crap. They're stuck in here right now.
I hope you bring up some fish.
Are you hungry?
Dude,
Oh, look at right here.
Oh my God.
Wow, he's huge.
All right, you have to try to catch a fish with your hand. You have to. That would be amazing.
Wow.
They gotta be stuck here.
Yeah, until it floods again, they're stuck here.
Wow.
And that is no definition, I mean, pure definition of crystal clear. We can see right to the bottom. Yeah, those fish are a good size. They're at least a foot long. I'm definitely gonna get them on camera if I don't catch one. Well, there's even more of them. They're coming off from under the cutaway there.
Yeah.
And here's looking in to the other side here. Yeah, there's at least 4 or 5 fish in there. I'm gonna scare the crap out of them, but I'm gonna just do what I can to be respectful of their little home here. All right, so I'm actually really excited to go in there because the water is really clear now. Last time we were here, the water was flowing really fast and it was hard to even see the bottom because of the rapids. But the one thing we didn't get to do was to explore this culvert here because again, this was really flowing with water. So before we get in the waters over there, I do want to take a walk through here and just share this part with you. And then we'll come back and get wet. Now when it rains, this is going to be under several inches of water, as is that side, and it flows pretty fast. So we came the right time when the water level is pretty low. And this one is similar to the one that we just walked through to come to this area, but it seems to be in a bit better condition. Another thing I want to point out too is that if you're not familiar with this location, I've actually done several videos here just this year because I just found out about this earlier this year, was able to come and actually document it. So not only did we explore the culverts before, but I was able to do research and pull up old maps and find out, you know, where things were located, like the roundhouse, turntable, and where we're exiting out here is where I went searching for the abandoned car shop. And there was actually an old wooden bridge that came across here that connected the lines to the car shop. Oh wow, there's all fish down there too. Yeah. Oh, this is really neat. Look at that, it's like a waterfall. There's all baby fish in here. All right, here's looking back. So me and Alan were standing up on top of there, and I was on top of here when I came back myself and showed you, you know, there's the railing up there. The car shop was over there, and the bridge went across just down here. So if you want to see what it looked like in the wintertime and to see where everything was located, including the old black and white map showing the actual structures and locations, just check the description of all the links down below. Yeah, I'm shining the flashlight. There's baby fish and some, I guess you could say, toddler fish. That's a good sign with all these fish here. There's even like a little school of them right there. There's a lot of them in there. Standing in the middle of the stream right now. You can see that this concrete barrier of sorts goes all the way down. I believe it's actually a pipe in there because there's a manhole cover right there. So a pipe carries through there. I remember at the other end there's some more manhole covers. But since we're here, I want to show you this side of this culvert. This one is completely eroded away from here to about halfway in, and it might be another pool of water there. I'm gonna get the flashlight and check it out. Oh wow, this is incredible. There's fish in here too, and this is fairly deep, at least 3-4 feet. You can see the undercut there. It's almost like a mine. So this would have been solid concrete right through here, and it got eroded away, and now it's a waterfall, and it's a deep pool of water. Yeah, I'm standing at knee deep right now. It's probably up to my waist if I go all the way in, but this is really incredible. And I'm actually in the water waist deep right now. There's fish in here, I can see them. There's Alan just showing perspective here. It's a pretty cool shot. Yeah, that undercut is impressive. And, you know, literally if I stand here, I'm underneath the bed of it here. Another surprise I just found is planks of wood coming out. I wonder if they were used for the molds for the concrete. But there's a couple timbers or planks of wood coming out. So if you think that could be what they are or something else, definitely leave your comments down below. So I just made it back through this culvert here, and we're up here where I think I'm gonna be getting in the water. But there's something really quick I want to touch base on. Now, when I was here before, specifically the video when I was here with Alan, and I saw that hole up here for the first time, I said that I want to return and, you know, do some snorkeling and see what's in the bottom. And being that this is an old rail yard and there was a colliery just a few hundred yards away, people had concerns about the water being contaminated. That was an issue because they actually have numerous pipes here where they would have tested the underground water to see what it's like. But the one thing I was able to confirm is that this water that I'm getting into is coming from a very safe, reliable source. It's actually coming from a decommissioned reservoir further up the mountain, closer to mountaintop. And it's a place I've been to before, and I actually spoke to a few people who are very familiar with the area and have gone swimming there, go swimming there, and they said the water is probably almost safe enough to drink with how clean and clear it is. Now that reservoir is set to be dismantled sometime this year. So I'm hoping to maybe take you guys up there one more time, but at least I know the source of this water. It's not coming from underground anywhere. It's coming down the mountain from a reservoir that has been used by locals for decades. So I have no fear, no concern about getting in the water, especially seeing now how many fish are in here. The fish are a great sign that this is healthy water. So I'm gonna be doing my best to get myself kind of set up, and we're gonna go in this hole here and see what we find. So this is what I brought with me today. I do have my action camera in the case there. Next to that is my 7-foot-long selfie stick if I decide to use it with the waterproof housing. That is the Pi King underwater metal detector. That is my scoop shovel for if I find any treasures to kind of dig them out. Snorkel and goggles, and my flashlight. So I am ready to get inside here. I'm first going to snorkel it just to kind of get a visual of everything, and then I'm going to maybe do some detecting if I'm able to. It's kind of deep. It might be up to my chest, but I'll do what I can. But at the very least, we're gonna get some stunning shots of the underwater environment and those fish. All right, so I'm just kind of getting used to the temperature right now. Even though it's in that water, I'm going in a little further. I'm just gonna have to kind of go under. The one concern I do have though is that the lack of flow here is gonna create a lot of silt when I do walk around. So I don't really want to go in too deep with my feet. I more or less just want to float and snorkel it. But right here, I do need to get climbing it to the water temperature, and then I'm going to gear up and bring you guys underwater with the action camera. But I already found a piece of rebar laying here, so I'm definitely going to search this area. We might find some spikes, nails, or anything of the sorts that could have fell in at some point. Yeah, nips are a little hard. It's chilly. All right, let's get underwater here. All right, so far we're doing pretty good. I'm doing my best to try not to stir up the silt. It's still pretty clear, just a little tiny cloud of dust floating around. But now I mounted it to the goggles. I'm gonna take the detector underneath and see if we can find anything. I do know there's a couple things laying around. I won't be able to reach the very bottom because it's actually about 5 feet deep and just snorkeling on the surface. But I'm gonna check the shallow areas. And if we do find something, I'll bring you up and show it to you. Well, so far I found a can, Coke can. There was a couple hits I got inside the stone, but I'm pretty sure there's like iron and rebar mixed in. It's like concrete slash stone that broke off. So it's getting hits on that, but it's inside of it. There's nothing to really to uncover. There's a piece of rebar down there, which is too deep for me to get right now. I might swim down and get it though before I leave. But I was suspecting more, but maybe down deeper. I'm gonna try one more hit. I'm gonna bring the flashlight to some of the darker areas and give it one more go and see if we do find anything. But so far, even if I don't find anything else, I'm having a great time. Hopefully you are as well. So let's continue on with the investigation of the waters. All right, so found a piece of coal and a few chunks of ash and stuff like that. Not sure if it came up on camera, but the fish, I spooked him out, but he went to another hole. So the way it's out under here is it's kind of undercut and goes up. So they got like holes up towards the innards of the concrete to hide. So I can't really get to them, but I'll try to get them out again and get another shot of them. But it is such a cool environment under there. I'm getting such great visuals, and I'm actually going to focus more on the sights than this right now, because it's just too much to take in all at once, trying to detect, trying to look. So we'll come back to that.
Caught it. You what? Oh, nice. It goes underneath about another 4 or 5 feet. Right here at the pipe, right here. Yeah. Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna get out of the water here, let it clear up a bit. It's kind of murky now. I'm hoping the fish are gonna come back out. If they do, I'm gonna stick the long selfie stick under there to try to get some shots of them. I got a quick glimpse of them when I spooked them, but they went back to a hiding hole. As far as findings, got the Coca-Cola can. I got this piece of rebar that I just kind of dove down and got from the very bottom. And then this big piece of rebar right here, which was laying over here. So at the very least, cleaning up the bottom a little bit. We're gonna get the pig out of here too. I am excited to watch the footage though, not only on my cameras, but on Alan's too, because he was actually down there too. He had his phone on his selfie stick, and before it got cloudy and murky, I think it made for some great footage from both of us. So make sure you check out his channel too to see his take on our little adventure here underneath the abandoned CNJ rail yard. Well, we made it back to kind of where we started the video today, and this turned out to be a really fun and interesting adventure. Having those fish down there was a really pleasant surprise. Now, I wish I was able to get more footage of them when I was actually under the water, but they were obviously scared of me, so they did a really well job of hiding. But we let the water settle down. I stayed out of it. It came back out. I was able to stick the camera under with my selfie stick to get some action of them. We also went back to those other holes through the further culvert to show you what it's like there too. And although we didn't find any really awesome treasures, I had a really great time taking you guys beneath the surface. That's one thing I love to do. Being a Pisces, I love getting beneath the water and just kind of seeing what the environment's like, showing the wildlife, and just the way it's like a whole nother world down there. So love to hear your feedback. Hope you did enjoy the video. Don't forget to check the description for all the links that were mentioned. And more importantly, make sure to get out and to explore your world. Until next time, everyone, I'll see you real soon in the next video.